Hello students, this is Krishna Vasist and you are listening to me on your favorite channel TED Screw, and today we will discuss about present indefinite tense, and this will be the part 6, and it means I have already uploaded part 1 to 5 videos. If you have not watched those great videos, please go and find them on TED Screw channel because those videos are really great. And today what we're gonna do, we are going to understand the concept of how can we use how by using simple present actions. Okay, and this video will be in detail, so please be with me and watch complete video. Okay, so let's get started, friends. Now here you can see the slide. So first of all, you will have to know about how do we make sentence by using simple present tense. And if you don't have any idea, please go back and watch my previous lessons so that you will have a idea something about it. Okay, so that you can make your sentence, you can frame your sentence on the basis of simple present tense. And now let's start with the very first word, which is a no. Okay, so I think you know about the meaning of no, and now you can write this no, so you have extended a little more. First of all, we have the word no, then you can make it okay, no, then you can make it further a little extent, do you know? Okay, you can make it further a little longer, do you know? This is a kind of interrogative sentences. Do you know? Okay, I'm repeating again, no, then you can make it then further you can make it do you know. Okay, this is again speaking drill. No, do you know, and eventually, okay, you reaches at, I would say you reach at how do you know. Okay, do you know means तुम जानते हो, क्या तुम जानते हो, and how do you know means तुम कैसे जानते हो. How means कैसे. Okay, I'm hoping you're getting my concept that I'm trying to teach you. No, do you know, and how do you know. How do you know. Okay, so this is the fourth sentence. That you can see on my screen. How do you know. Okay, how do you know. So you can make it in this way. First of all, no, do you know, and then how do you know. Okay, how do you know. So you can make it in this way. Next, go to the market. Okay, so you can even speak like I go to the market. Okay, do I go to the market, and eventually you reach at how do I go to the market. How do I go to the market. If you are asking the procedure of something, how do I get there, how do I do this, so you just speak with how do I go to the market. 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 Okay, again speak with me. How do I go to the market. How do I go to the market. How do I go to the market. You will have to practice more and more. Okay, if you practice it, you can get concept. Okay, then you can speak in one go. How do I go to the market. How do I go to the market. How do I go to the market. Okay, again. So now we have many sentence like how do you live. Okay, how do you live. How do you live. How do you live? Then how do you do? How do you do? How do you do? Okay. Again, how do you live? How do you do? How do you do? How do you do? Okay. Next sentence, friends. How do you mean? How do you mean? Okay. This is very next one. How do you mean? How do you mean? Okay. First is how do you live? How do you live? How do you live? How do you live? Okay. I hope you understand the Hindi meaning, but on this lecture, on this platform, that I really don't want to speak Hindi. Okay. Just I'm avoiding so that I cannot use Hindi. And even you can do in this way, because if you do in this way, only that's way that you can learn even faster. How do you live? How do you live? When you speak English, try to speak English, make your one mind. If you are a dual mind, that okay, I can speak Hindi or even I can speak English, so okay, then I can speak English on and on. No, it's not possible, because you will stuck somewhere that you cannot speak Hindi. Okay, you're understanding what I'm saying. How do you live? 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 How do you do? How do you do? How do you do? How do you do? How do you mean? How do you mean? How do you mean? How do you mean? Okay. How do you mean? Okay. Next, how do you know him? How do you know him? How do you know him? आप उसे कैसे जानते हो? How do you know him? How do you know him? Okay. How does she play? How does she play? How does he play? How does he play? Okay. How do you know her? How do you know her? Okay. How do you know her? How does he play? How does she play? How does he play? How does she play? How do I play? How do I play? You are asking somebody, how do I play? How do I play? Okay. How do I play? How do you play? How do you play? There are many sentences, like you can make it, you can speak it. When you speak and you practice actually. Okay. In that case, if you are new and you don't have somebody to speak with, how can you speak then? Okay. So this is the way, friends, this is the way that I'm trying to show you. How does she play? How does he play? How does he play? How does he play? How do I play? How does he know? How does he know? As I told you, this lecture will be on how. How. So I'm trying to teach you the sentence, with how. Okay. How do you use? Okay. Simple. How can you use how with simple actions? How do you know him? How does she play? How does he play? How do I play? How does he know? How does he know? Okay. Next one. How does she know? How does she know? How does she know? How does he write? How does he write? How does he write? I don't know. How does it open? I don't know. How does it open? Now you can combine two sentences together. Like I don't know how does it open. I don't know how does it open. Okay. If you want to get fluency, like I don't know how does it open. 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 I don't know how does he know him. 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 How do I play with him? 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 How does she play? 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 How do I eat this? How do I eat this? How do I eat this? How do I get there? 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 I don't know, how do I start? 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 Okay, I don't know, how do I start? I don't know, how do I start? I don't know, how do I start? How do I get there? How do I eat this? How do I play with him? How do I play with her? How do I play with him? How do I play with her? Okay, so even you can study in this way. How do I? How do I? Because always we use do with I. This is the combination. Do plus I. Okay, how is the separate word here? How do I? How do I? How do I? If you trying to express your action here, you can. How do I? How do I eat this? How do I play? How do I go? Okay, and again, how do you? Okay, how do you? Because always do comes with you. How do you? How do I? How do you? How do I? How do you? This is very important. If you focus pretty much more on this, do I? Always do comes with I. Always do comes with you. So you will never forget this. How do I? How do you? How do I? At least you will not do any mistake, grammatical mistake. You cannot use with do with she, do with he. Okay, so this is a grammatical mistake, so please remember, and remember in this way. How do I? How do you? How do I? How do you? So if you want to express with your action, that you can make, you can joint, you can add here. So first of all, you will have to remember in this way. How do I? How do you? Okay, and next one. So please remember in this way, that does how does she? How does she? Okay, so this does always comes with she. Okay, and simple is that how does he? Okay, because does always comes with she and always comes with he. How does she? How does he? How does she? How does he? So please remember in this way. How does she? How does he? How does it? Again, how does it? Always does comes with she, he, it. How does she? How does he know? How does he know? Even you can say in this way. How does he? Okay, how does? If you remember in this way, that you will not forget, and you will learn this forever. Okay, how does she? How does she? How does she? How does she? How does he know? Okay, again, how does he know? So this will be a phrase for you. This will become phrase for you, and you will remember forever. How does he know? How does he know? How does he know? Even how does she know? How does she know? And remember, don't attach s here, with no. It is no. It is not knows. Okay. How does he know? How does she know? How does it open? How does it open? How does it open? How does it? How does she? How does she? How does she? How does he? How does he? Remember, you just try to grab the concept. You just try to hit the concept where you want to learn. Okay, how does he? How does he? How does she? How do I? How do you? You will have to remember in this way. Okay, just don't try to translate the Hindi sentence into English. Just involve your mind, do practice with your mind, okay? And at least 15 minutes, 20 minutes, if you do this drill, that only only that point that you will remember forever, you will try to remember forever. So this is the practice that you will have to do again and again, again and again, again and again. Just do it, okay? Because practice makes a man perfect. Practice makes a man perfect. Guys, we are doing present indefinite tense. It is also called simple present tense, okay? Simple present tense. So I have taught you so far, almost the whole concept which comes in, the simple present. And if you have not watched my previous lesson, please go and watch them carefully, because I have taught you not just of the same way that every YouTuber, every English tutor do, okay? That is absolutely different way with that I taught you. And I hope you are liking my videos. And if you have any query, please ask me, try to ask me, and definitely I'll let you know. That is the concept. How does she, only remember this. How does she, how does he, how do I, how do you? And if you remember in this way, that you can learn in very short time of duration, okay? So again, if any sentence that we can make live here. Okay, how do you take bath daily? How do you take bath? How do you take bath? Again, you can say, how do you take bath? How do you take bath? How do you take bath? How do you write? How do how sorry how do you write? How do you write? So only try to remember how do you, how do I, how does she, how does he, how does it, okay? And anything else that we can make? We can make in this way. How do I get up? How do I get up early in the morning? How do I get up early in the morning? Okay? And how do you get up? How do you get up early in the morning? Early in the morning. Early in the morning. How do you get up early in the morning? How do you get up early in the morning? Suppose you are talking with your friend, and he tells you that I get up early in the morning. So you ask him, how do you get up early in the morning? I cannot. How do you get up early in the morning? How do you get up early in the morning? How do you get up early in the morning? So again, please remember this. How do you, how do you, how do you? Again, please remember this. How do I, how do I, how do I? This is very, very important, friends. This is again very, very important. How do you get up early in the morning? Okay. How do I go to the market? 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 How do I start? How do I start? How do I start? How do I drive? How do I drive? How do I eat this? Okay, how do I eat this? Okay. How do you write a letter? 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 Okay. So that's it, guys. So please tell me if you do have any query. Definitely I'll try to give the answer. And this is the lecture was based upon how can we use how with using simple actions. Okay. So please let me know if you like the video, and just subscribe the channel and hit the like button. Thank you very much. See you soon.